Well, Putin the Cat's got some comments today about bubbles and stuff, and I've been having him, he sleeps on the bed, and I got the Lukowski coil. I don't know if you see my other videos on that. It's off because you don't like it when it's on. He sees it, but it's pointed right at him, so he gets those cosmic rays, if that thing works. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd like to be able to experiment with some mice and see if they live a lot longer, but I don't think they would with him around, right? You know, they could probably eat him. So that wouldn't work. But anyway, getting on to the subject of the day, bubbles, stock market. You know, I'm not gonna, I could say, it's the classic looking bubble. It's been going up. You can't lose, right? Bitcoins, whoa, that damn thing's over 400 today. And, if I had Bitcoins, I would have sold it a long time ago. I wouldn't have been holding it that long because I never seen anything go up like that. That Bitcoins. Actually, if you bought them things when they first came out, you paid $50 on it, you probably got like $2 million now or something, right? But there's something fishy with that damn thing. Something fishy going on here. But anyway, there's going to be winners and losers. The wealth doesn't get created out of thin air. Remember that. That's the old principle about silver and gold, too. Right? Wealth does not get created out of thin air. You actually have to mine it from the ground. Not electronically mine it with a shovel. Understand? Like I'm in the accounting field, but I understand about the do-it-yourself redneck type stuff. Actually that's more in the north. Actually, the Italians are more into that type of stuff. To tell you the truth, I guess there's a lot of people into it. It's not really kind of recognized too much in the South that a lot of Northerners do stuff on their own too, do their own construction and stuff, do their own car work. But that's the difference between physical money and electronic money too. In a way, it's real. You can touch it. It's there, and it ain't paper. But this thing with the markets, with the stock market going up the way it is, man, that's another bubble. Who the hell knows how high a bubble can go? I expect this is what's going to happen with silver and gold eventually, too. It's going to go bubble all the way. It's going to go way beyond what it's supposed to be. That's what's going to happen with it, too, because we're in a crazy seesaw period of financial adjustment here. It's going to be, the crowd's going to run from one place to the other place, and, it's going to get lopsided in different places. But I always liked silver and gold anyway. But, that's probably why, I'll always have some no matter what. But the actual thing that tells me that the stock market's going to reset is George Soros. Not that I called him up and everything like that. I don't know the guy. But, I can actually get along with that guy probably on a personal level, or probably a one-to-one basis or anything like that. The guy's human, man. I'm not like Glenn Beck. He's the most evil guy in the world. There's plenty of stuff I disagree with him. But when he makes a large bet that the S&P is going to go down, and it's still going up, I don't think he's screwing up. And there's too many reasons. Because remember I talked about the 6 Hindenburg omens. There was 2 Hindenburg omens. Then there was 6. Last time they had 6 Hindenburg omens. It's like a calculation. I forgot how the hell it works. But it doesn't occur too often. But the last time they had 6 Hindenburg omens was right before the 2008-2009 crash. And we actually haven't had the real crash yet because it's been patched over. And I don't trust these funny numbers. Actually, Bank of America says that if the American economy doesn't accelerate soon, it never will. It never will. And which tells me they're going to actually... I know, when Yellen comes on, everybody thinks she's going to actually do a lot of QE. That's the expectation. Now, I was listening to something Mark Faber says she might do some cosmetic tapering, but he doesn't believe she's going to taper. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we might see the markets. It's like crazy. I don't even know how they're being pumped up. I don't even know what's holding them up. I mean, yeah, I know the PMI data is like way up and the jobs report looks good, but the actual jobs report, the real jobs report where they show like how many are actually in the workforce, that's way down. That's way down. And, my PMI data actually is that, gambling and prostitution index, that's way down. So I don't know where the hell they're coming up with like almost a record PMI gain in manufacturing gain in the Chicago PMI to 65.9. That's the Chicago mob helping out Obama. You know what I mean? That's what's going on there, man. And also Greenspan coming out recently talking about he sees inflation coming up. That's almost like a warning shot. Hey, it wasn't me, it was you, Bubba. But he's kind of like being now that he's out of the chair there, more or less, he's going to talk about I see some inflation coming up possibly. Well, they're going to have to do a lot of money printing if the market's correct 40 or 50%. That might happen. Mark Faber's been talking about it. Peter Schiff's been talking about it. They all talk about the doom and gloom. But, the reality of it is there's nothing behind those damn numbers. Now, Bitcoin, man, I do wish I threw $50 on that. I didn't even know how to buy those things. I thought they were like superfluous. But if, there's actually argument that that thing's going to go up to thousands for a coin. Thousands. That's what they say. But I have to warn you on this. Every time, how do they get people to buy at a high price? Because they think it's going to go higher. How did you think people bought silver at 47? Because it's definitely going to at least 100, 1,000, or whatever, right? Now, I don't know this for a fact, but it's classic 101, strategy all the way here. And I want to point again to a link I did on Sam Zell. Sam Zell's Words of Wisdom. I put that out a while ago. It was a simple video, but you pay attention to that, man. Actually, there was and I think I mentioned in the video here, a guy down here in Florida that I worked with. He used to work with Sam Zell when he was like wealthy, but he wasn't a multi-billionaire. This is before he was in Chicago. But these guys, people get mad because they're Jewish or something. That's another thing. But it's not that. It's not. They're just smart. Shrewdness. Out shrewd people, man. That's what the hell that goes on. It's not like they're not freaking making anybody. They're not twisting anybody's arm to do anything. But Sam Zell's Words of Wisdom could actually tell you, a lot because it's almost like. Say silver's like $100, right? It's imagination, right? It's never been $100, but say it was, right? Would you buy it at $100? That would be Sam Zell's question. Would you buy it at $100? If not, then why are you holding it at $100? If you could sell it at $100, right? So he puts out questions like that. I like this. I like this thing he put out. So. It's almost like with Bitcoins. If it's $400, I'm trying to do people a favor now because, maybe it is going to go to $10,000, $1,000. I don't know. They're going to kill me for giving advice, but, just common sense 101. Would you buy a Bitcoin for $400 right now? I wouldn't. Maybe I'd be wrong, but boy, that seems real expensive, for like what the hell's going on with the damn thing, right? What is it? What is it? It's electronic money, right? What's it backed by? I don't know. Dollars? I don't know what the hell it. What's it backed by? It's like the argument against dollars. What's it backed by? Well, it's backed by the U.S. military. You got the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and the armed population. And oil. Most of the oil in the earth. It's backed by that. I'll take that stuff. But actually, everybody gets excited about any investment when it goes up in U.S. dollars. Now, I don't think dollar's going to be king forever. There's going to be a problem, a currency crisis, and I think it's in the plan. I know that, But just keep things in, just keep things like, the overall picture right. Now, in my case, actually, what I'd like to do, if for a really good investment, is first is this longevity stuff, health. That's really number one. And I would like, say, yeah, I got a whole bunch of crops out here growing, and I got solar power, and I got septic and well, and all my electricity's coming from the sun, and that's cool stuff there too. That's going old school all the way. I kind of like that type of stuff too. So that's one reason I have this thing about silver too, because that's the deal with silver. See, silver's like that. You know what I mean? It's like useful, right? Anyway, just think that this bubble here that we got going in the stock market. I've been talking about it a while, but it's like it's like when you're waiting for a grass to grow. It's not growing fast enough. It's not going to happen fast enough. But it's like too many people are making too much money. Everybody doesn't make money like that. That's ridiculous. The only way everybody's going to make money is with maybe industrial hemp or Tesla energy or something like that, where it helps everybody out. But when you got some number going up, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything, because that's gambling. You got winners and losers all the way, which is still kind of fun. It's still kind of fun. So Soros made a bet a while back in mid-August of 2013 that the S&P was going to go down. A good-sized bet. I think he's right. I think he's right. He's got some patience, and I think he's right. So, I don't agree with him some other things, but, I tell you one thing good about Soros, though, is that he would be behind getting medicinal marijuana legal and industrial hemp illegal, because first off, he doesn't like the big powerful industrialists in the United States and in Russia. He doesn't. That's part of his deal. Now, he's a little too socialistic for me, but he's got some aspects to him that ain't 100% bad. Silly put it that way. I don't know, I don't mind a guy too much, you know what I mean? But anyway, a guy, that's the main reason I think the markets are going to go down, because of his big bet. His big bet. Plus, it's classic bubble. Bitcoins, I don't understand that for nothing, because, I'm going to say that again, I don't understand the Bitcoins for nothing the way it's going up, because it's like the bubble of bubbles of bubbles of bubbles, man. I mean, you literally could have bought $50 worth of Bitcoins years ago, whenever they first came out, and you got a couple $1 million now. That's crazy. And it's not like you bought something that's a product, that some product came out, a new discovery that nobody knew about, or penny stock from a company that produces something. No, it's electronic money. So I got a feeling something's fishy going on with that. It's weird as all hell. It's weird as all hell. I would have sold it a while back, though, but who the hell knows if it's going to keep going higher. But then again, there's an age-old principle, and they used to say this even with silver. People were saying, oh no, because it's up over 40. What goes up real hard comes down real hard, too. I mean, what's to say Bitcoins can't be a penny? I don't know. If it was a penny, what could you do about it? Nothing. Right? Nothing. That's the thing. And that could happen with the US dollar, too. Who the hell knows? But that ain't going to happen with silver. See, that's why you stick with the real, Industrial hemp is real, too. And things like that. And also your skills and tools and things like that. So that's very important type of stuff. So, keep it real, and don't be too money focused, because I never liked that type of stuff. Because actually, that's one reason I was more in the accounting, in the construction area. I never liked, I like doing the numbers, I like doing the accounting, but at least it was a product that was being produced that people need, which is, homes and buildings and things like that, and projects and stuff like that. I don't like the money for money aspect of finance. I don't like that garbage. I'm more down to earth, so that's just how it is. And that's one reason I stick with silver. Because silver's been money a long time. It's not going to, maybe it won't be money in the future. It's not money now, it's a commodity. But it has a long history of being money. It ain't going away that easy. So I like that investment. It's pretty damn solid, you know. Solid as sterling silver, solid as gold too, right? It's an old expression.